Hello everybody and welcome back. So this is the result that we currently have, and I think it's working pretty well. I don't like how much light we're getting outside of all of this, because this is the center of all of it, and I'm seeing a lot of details here and there that are distracting to the eye. But we're gonna compensate with this with a radial vignette or a vignette effect. Apart from that, I think everything is working. See this crumbling here, the fire, how effect that we made in comp. You'll see that as the pieces separate and splits off, they fade quickly. And this, which is quite nice, but also gives a better sense of what's happening underneath, and then with the fire and all the elements. And that glow is very important for the spaceship, just so we can read it. Alright, so what I'm going to show next is how to do the radial effect, the radial shockwave. And my idea was we can create a mask. We can easily create the geometry and render it in Houdini and have a 3D mask, but I wanted to do it as a post process. So if we think about it, we have this P pass, which is where everything is static. Okay, so there's stuff that changes, there's geometry that changes, but the ground itself is pretty static when this happens. So if we take, for example, the green channel, or the green channel, and play with this range, you'll see that we have a ramp that goes along this axis. And if we look at the blue channel, we have a ramp that goes along this axis. And this is the point position, so it's an XYZ. If we take a point and say, okay, I'm going to take this point and subtract that position from everything else, we're going to get a linear value. We're going to get a ramp, a radial ramp. And to do this, there's a gizmo that we can get from Nukipedia. It's called Point Distance 3D. Nope. What is it called? It's called Point Position Pass. Unless it comes with Houdini, with Nuke by default. Yeah, point position. I'm not sure. Point position mask. I think it's the P mask. Yeah, it's the P mask. So this is something you can find online for free, and it needs the position pass, which is this. Okay, and then if we look at the alpha channel, it has a radial at the moment. So let me create it again and explain how it works. So P mask, I'm going to connect the P position, and then this center point is 0, 0, 0. Okay, I don't want it to be 0, 0, 0. I want to pick the frame where the ground is collapsed. So I'm going to go to that frame, control click here. Just click here, and then control click on the viewport, on the viewer. And if you press A, you will see a dot, you will see a circle. Now we can increase that circle, and then we can smooth it out. And we can animate this value to go from, let's say, frame 70, starts at 0, and it goes to frame maybe 200. Let's try 50, 100, 150, 200, 240. Okay. And so if we play this now, we should see a circle expanding. But this is a circle, so we don't want that. We want a ramp, or we want a ring. And it's very easy. I'm going to copy this. Okay. And instead of this value, we're going to offset it. Or we can use, let's try a time offset. So one frame. So this and this. And if we subtract both, minus, we will get a ring. And as this goes, we will get that effect. So if we use this with, let's say, here, put down a grade node. We use this. We use the alpha channel as a mask and gain all of this. Let's try 8. And if we go back, you will see that it's changing the ground. And let's hit play and see how this works. And that's how I did the ramp. That's it. And it works quite well for this specific usage. It can also, this idea also works with more complex things. If you want to try it on a complex geometry or anything like that, you can still get a nice propagation going. The timing is off, obviously, but I will leave it up to you guys. So that's the idea for the radial trick, and this is both nodes that I used. And I animated both so they go hand in hand, but a different with the time offset in the curve itself, in the animation curve. And then if I hit play, we should see it going, and then fades off. Let's play from here to here. It didn't start in the center exactly, but you can be more precise about the point that we pick. It's very important to pick the correct point because the ramp is not going to start from 0, 0. It's going to start from that location. So we have to be very careful which position to pick. Okay, we'll continue in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.